So what if this was me? I was a serial killer.
Oh my God.
You'd leave me?
I would. Okay.
Hello and welcome back to the Nuanced AF Pod. I'm Juan.
I'm Lex.
And we are two highly empathetic people who are always trying to find the nuance in everything because everything is nuanced AF. Lex, how you doing today?
Okay. How are you?
I'm good. Okay. You know, we got our free coffees.
Good.
Shout out to 7 Brew, which opened up another location by us, and they're
really close to us.
and they do like community hours where like a free small drink, you get a free small drink during certain windows, and we have absolutely been abusing the fuck out of that.
I'm really surprised no one's like recognized us thus far.
Well, we haven't. I don't think we've had the same person.
Yeah.
At
I
the
mean,
same time.
I know the same people. Some of the same people have been around,
Yeah.
but I'm like, maybe we got lucky each time. I'm just like, because eventually someone might be like, "Hey, you come like every day."
And we'll be like, "Hey, we're playing by your rules.
Yeah, it's you say it's here.
One
Like-
drink per present customer
Yeah,
during these hours,
it's free coffee. Come on.
and we don't come multiple times a day.
Yeah, we just come.
We just come multiple times a week.
Yeah, we just come. We just come every day that they're doing it.
Yeah. So
Exactly. But you got the brunette, right?
I did. I got the brunette.
Yeah, and I got the blondie.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm a brunette guy for sure.
Funny.
Well, anyway, so let's tell the folks the exactly what you were just telling me. So first you asked me if we had Vaseline.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I got a whole tub of it. And then you're like, okay, cool. I got this like heat stain on like my like little coffee bar thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, Vaseline looks like Vaseline could
Yeah, I was like Googling it. Be like, what
like
can
help
I do?
that.
Yeah, like you put Vaseline on it.
What else did you find could help with that?
Well, another thing that I thought was funny was mayonnaise.
Mayo.
Apparently mayo. Yeah. Like you're just supposed to like let it sit overnight and it's supposed to like evaporate the heat stain. I have no idea how that works, but also a hair dryer, but like mayo was yeah.
Well, that's so funny you bring that up because let's jump right into am I the asshole?
This related somehow and I don't know.
This is relevant, and I was just like, wow, this is a perfect segue.
It's so wild how that worked.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what we have this week is am I the asshole for criticizing the lunch my husband brought me?
Okay.
It's actually not that serious and kind of silly, but my husband and I need to know who's the real asshole here. So first, it's important for the story, but my husband and I have been together for nearly 10 years. In those 10 years, I discovered, with much horror, that my husband puts mayo in everything. Pizza, pasta, shepherd's pie, meat, rice, mashed potatoes. I'm most disgusted by the rice and meat because it's not just a little drop. He smothers it in mayo. He knows I hate it. Fast forward, I was having a rough shift at work and I forgot to bring a lunch, so my husband volunteered to bring me one. He made rice, broccoli, and sausage. I was pleased until I opened the box and saw mayo.
Mayo.
Not on the side. No. In the rice, on the sausage,
Ew.
everywhere.
So bad.
He saw my face
Sorry, bro.
and questioned it. I said, it's been 10 years. Have I ever put mayo in my rice? He replied that he puts my favorite hot sauce in it and it tastes great together, so he wants to surprise me with a special sauce. His points are that it's ungrateful for me to criticize a meal that he made and brought for me, even more so when he was trying to please me with a special sauce made of my favorite hot sauce. My points are that I really appreciate the gesture, but mayo? 10 years of me being disgusted by his rice smothered in mayo, 10 years of telling him how much it disgusted me, but he still thought it was a good idea. So Reddit, am I the asshole? P.S.
No.
P.S. Our relationship is great. We're not about to divorce over this anytime soon. P.P.S. I didn't notice the hot sauce at first because it's yellow and was mixed with the mayo, and because of my eye condition, I don't see nuances in colors. Any off-white or colors are close to white are just white. So,
And even so, even if she didn't have that eye condition, I think that like with how much mayo I'm assuming is in this food, you would hardly even taste the hot sauce. Like it would neutralize the hot sauce.
Okay, nuance here. I do think there is some appreciation deserved for the husband coming through with the lunch and whatnot. However, I do think he dropped the ball with like failing to consider, her tastes, her preferences.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the gesture doesn't mean anything if you didn't listen in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I understand that like you've incorporated her favorite hot sauce.
But she doesn't like mayo.
Right. And it seems that she's been very vocal about that.
Yeah.
Throughout these 10 years.
Yeah.
And
like, why would you think that was a good idea to begin with?
Right. And if you're going to do that, mix her favorite sauce, I would have like put it on the side so she could at least like maybe try it out.
Yeah, don't put it on it.
To have it be committed to the food entirely throughout.
Yeah, because like, why would... like the whole thing is really just he is like, oh, like this is obviously fun and games to them to a certain extent, but ultimately it's like you didn't even consider that she wouldn't like this at all. Like it just gives you're not thinking this through.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Like, you're already questionable putting mayo on literally everything. Like,
I knew this. As soon as I read this, I was like, oh, this is going to get a rise out of Lex because you do not like mayo at all.
No, the only mayo I really like is Duke's. And, like...
I was going to say, like, I've been neutral on mayo, but when I had Duke's mayo, I was like, oh, there's some actual, like, flavor to this. This is great.
Duke's is good. But, like, even so, like, I'm still very, like, mid on mayo. Like, I've never been I've always been, like, a mustard on sandwiches kind of person.
Oh, I'm definitely a hard pass on the mustard. I am not a mustard person.
I like all kinds of mustard. Like, I like, spicy mustard. I like yellow mustard.
I like honey mustard.
Yeah, I like honey mustard. I like all kinds of mustard. Which, I mean, that might be not here nor there, but yeah, mayo was never something I really liked growing up or really. Well, first off, my mom was more of a Miracle Whip person.
I don't know if I've ever had Miracle Whip. Is that just whipped mayo?
It's like mayo. I would say it's like how they say like, can't believe it's not butter. Like, it's not butter. It's like that, but for mayo.
A mayo substitute.
Yeah, it's like a mayo substitute.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's supposed to like mimic mayo, but it's not mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, is aioli? Isn't that mayo?
Fancy mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something about hearing the word aioli, mayo just disappears from my mind. I'm just like, this is mayo. This is like a gourmet sauce.
Gourmet sauce.
A nice spread on the sandwich. Like I fuck with a garlic aioli.
Yeah, like, garlic. Well, I think because like garlic is the first note you get, and then you get like the creaminess.
Yeah.
And I think like mayo, if done right, is like pretty good. But if it's not done right, or if it's like a lower quality type mayo, I feel like you notice that, and it's just like not good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if I could never justify putting mayo on everything. I could maybe be like, okay, I could see you like dipping stuff in mayo maybe, but putting it with your rice or like putting it all over your like meat, like that's odd to me. Like,
it reminds me, I can't remember if I've talked about this on the pod, but how like, I feel like I have, because I've expressed how like I'm a big dipping person. I'm a big dipper.
Like when people put stuff on it versus dipping it. Yeah.
And like how like my dad would like, well we'd have, I like eggs and ketchup together. Mm-hmm. I think that's normal.
Okay, well, scrambled eggs or like regular eggs? Or both?
I will take any egg.
Any egg. I'm like a scrambled egg with ketchup, not a regular egg, not like a fried egg.
Yeah, I would take a sunny side up egg.
I wouldn't
with ketchup. But I would put it on the side and then like kind of like control how much I wanted with each bite. Whereas like my dad would just like lay it on thick, on top,
like
and
spread it on.
I'm just like, oh no, you made me commit to this ratio that I may not have wanted it otherwise.
Yeah, like
so
he's thinking, oh, it's convenient. You're thinking, oh, now I have to eat this amount of ketchup in every bite. And
now
I didn't
this
want
is
to.
almost ruined.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see
because you took that choice away from me. Anyway.
And that's just like a small thing.
Yeah,
but it's also like speaks to like the bigger picture of like not being considered.
But I do think it's similar to this, where it's just like, don't put a sauce on something
Or for someone else's food.
For someone else's food that you're not sure if they would want it on there.
Yeah.
Like you haven't cleared it with them beforehand.
100%. And especially your partner. Like if you should know like your partner's preferences. Like I wouldn't making this like personal, wouldn't ever put stuff on your like sauces or whatever, like unless it was like, meant to be like a fancy meal maybe. But I wouldn't ever be like, here's a bunch of ketchup on your omelet. Like I would never do that to you because you would fucking hate me. And like
I'd be like, thanks, Lex.
Yeah, you're like scraping it off.
Wiping it down.
You're like, thanks for the food. I hate you for putting this on. No, but like I would never do that because like it would just like that's A, I know you don't like it, but B, it's also kind of inconsiderate because you're just over here like literally saying that this is how much somebody wants to eat potentially, and it feels weird to do that. It's at that point just give them the bottle, like whether it's ketchup or hot sauce or whatever, mayo, whatever the hell it is. But it's like, who's to say that they would even want that at all? Like if they're asking for it, sure, but I don't know. It just seems inconsiderate to do that, especially in a partner sense, because you're just like, you should know that your wife doesn't want mayo all over her food. Like, especially her lunch.
The amount of consideration like he tried to put in was just undermined by this inconsideration.
Exactly.
Something he should know.
It's like you don't get brownie points for delivering a meal when the meal that you delivered wasn't like at all something she would want to eat. Like you don't that doesn't work that way. Yeah. That's like basically saying like, oh, I brought you food, but it's like something you absolutely like cannot stand being in the room with. Like it's like, no, that's you don't get the credit. Like you failed you failed the mission. Like yeah, that's definitely what do they say? Like what do people say about this?
It was mostly not the
It was
asshole.
mostly I was gonna say like this seems cut and dry to me.
Yeah.
Definitely not the asshole.
Yeah, she's not the asshole. Asshole might be a strong word for him, but like
he's like a jerk. Yeah.
He definitely
learn your wife's preferences, please.
Yeah, like I said, he undermined himself.
Yeah, he undermined himself 100%. It's like like he's not a bad person, but but also like maybe a touch inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like anything you did, you just undermined yourself. Like you're not helping yourself, my guy. You're not helping yourself. Yeah.
Well, shall we move on to some TikToks?
Sure.
Alrighty.
What actually makes a person compelling?
Okay.
All of my favorite people that I've met, they all share this one quality. And it's kind of abstract and it's not that intuitive. Like I'd be surprised if anyone can guess what it is. But basically, I think all of the best people are smart, obviously, and they can be very logical and they can follow a thread of a conversation and they can talk about complex things. That's fairly easy to imagine, but the best kinds of people, I think, can switch seamlessly back and forth between that mode where they're being highly intellectual to a mode where they're just unapologetically silly, like as silly as possible, just pure stupidity. And it's not necessarily just that they have both of these modes. Like that's the starting point. People that are smart, but then also can be dumb on purpose. But it's the ability to go back and forth quickly between these two states, because the most interesting type of conversation, the most interesting dialogue is when you're talking about something serious and there's sort of a joke that happens, there's sort of a realization that something funny has just popped up, and you switch to focusing on the joke. You just are laughing and you just kind of forget the dialogue that you were having. But then at some point, you re-engage with whatever it was, and you kind of just do this. And the up and down of this, the roller coaster, it just creates an effect that is so much more compelling than the person who just sticks in one category.
I think that makes a lot of sense. That's like, nuance.
Yeah, it is
Like that.
definitely nuanced.
Yeah. And I feel like there needs to be that ability too, like not just in like the back and forth of it, but also just like to be able to laugh at yourself, because I feel like sometimes people take themselves too seriously,
Yeah.
and it's like to have the ability to laugh at yourself, I think shows like a certain level of like humility.
Yeah. I think for me, I come from a set of parents where one was very, very serious and, strict and whatnot. And the other one was very unserious.
Yeah.
Just wanted to have a good time.
Totally different
And,
sides.
Yeah. And like was more or less the quote unquote fun parent. And obviously I like the fun parent growing up. But as I got to an adult and I needed like a more adult need things.
Yeah, like more guidance, more like structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fun parent did not have the ability to like maintain seriousness sometimes,
Yeah.
and that fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, that was annoying at a certain point. You're just like, please.
Yeah, it's just
I
like
need you to answer this question
I understand
seriously.
you want to keep things fun and lighthearted, and I do too to a certain extent,
Yeah,
but you have to have
balance.
the balance, the discernment to know when is it time to get serious and when, can you like crack a lighthearted joke to lighten the mood a little bit, but remain focused, like don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's a hard balance a lot of the time.
Yeah, it takes work to know that, because like
yeah.
because I understand a lot of people use like humor as a way to like cope with like hard things, hard times, and there's definitely a time when it works and there's definitely a time when it doesn't, and you just kind of have to like know that, like, and especially with who you're with, like that
It's
will determine
situational. Yeah.
like who is like would respond well to like a like mood lightening, and who would be like, you are being unserious about this, you are making fun of the situation, and
Or
like,
you're making it lighthearted when it's not a lighthearted situation.
right
Yeah.
yeah
Like some situations do require you to be serious.
like
Yeah.
getting the mood back to being like a lighthearted one isn't always the best thing, and I think a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are lots of times where like I find myself in a more or less serious situation and a joke comes to mind and I'm just like, this could be funny, but it might not be funny
But
at the
also
same
might not
time.
land.
And if I don't know the person well enough to know how they respond, I'm just not making that joke. I'm just going to keep that to myself.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be like best like saved for later or for like a different set of people. Yeah, I think that's, and I think that sometimes that's maybe where people fall a little bit short, where it's like they try to apply how they act. They'll act the exact same way with like literally everybody. And sometimes that like doesn't work out. Like you need to know like who you can say what to some of the time. And I think it also depends on your perspectives, because some people would view that as like, oh, I'm not being authentic then if I'm not like saying all the things that I want to say or whatever. And, I don't really think that's true. I think your ability to like tailor what you're saying to like certain groups of people is like important, like especially when it comes to like, like interpersonal communication. It's like you're not going to say some of the same stuff. Like we're not going to say the same stuff that we say to each other to like other people, like we have like our own kind of inner dialogue and like, our own like kind of world within ourselves. Like some of our stuff is, I'm not going to say that to like your parents or my parents or like other friends. It's that kind of thing. Like, so to know your audience matters. Like,
Yeah, definitely. I think, there's some people out there that think you should be your 100% authentic self no matter
all
what.
the time.
Yeah, all the time. And while like, I like the idea, the intention behind that, I know I personally do not adopt that. I definitely am. I tailor myself to who I'm with and where I am.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
that really will depend on like what I say and how I act. What I choose to, I don't know, what side of me I choose to show and what words I use, and I just try to keep everything contextual.
Yeah, I get that. I think that we do the kind of the same thing but in different ways, where I always try to be myself, like first and foremost, but I also always try to take everyone else into consideration as well.
Yeah.
Like I try not to be like an asshole, you know? Like I try not to be like intentionally like divisive or like upsetting. Like I always try to be like, okay, like would this person be okay with this?
Yeah.
Or like, you know, and I feel like that all that stuff like seems like it would be a lot of a thought process. But I think you've said it in the past that like I do a lot of this stuff naturally, where like you have had to like kind of learn how to do that.
Yeah. I've like trained and cultivated that within me. Whereas like you, it was just kind of naturally in you.
Yeah. Like it's just something that like I look at a situation and like we're both very good at like reading a room, but it's like we do it at like in different ways and at different levels.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's like we take different paths, but we mostly get to the same place.
Yeah, like there'll definitely be times where we're like, did you read that from that person? And we both have the exact same conclusion. We just got there differently.
Yeah.
Like same conclusion, but like different method.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where I think your method is more like watching and waiting, and mine is a bit more like direct in the way that I like I will communicate to get to that result.
Yeah.
Like that person will like that will be the vibe I get from that person, or that person will just straight up admit what I was thinking.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to do anything.
Sometimes they just tell me.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy work. And then like it'll be like a situation like that, and then I'll go to you, and then you'll be like, I was thinking the same thing. And it's just funny like how that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm someone who like I don't know, like I am okay with letting other people take space. I don't know. I take space when I feel like it's appropriate.
Yeah. I do think you could, you know, as your partner, I do think like that you personally could stand to take more space, but I do think that makes you a very like a safe person to others, because you are able to step aside and you don't have a lot of ego about you know, about you, where you know sometimes people take up so much space that there's no room for anybody else.
Yeah, that's what I see, and that's why I'm just like, nope, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Continuing with these analogies and whatnot, I feel like how you described how like that makes me like a safe space kind of person. The difference between you and me is like the space that you take up is like naturally a safe space for others, whereas like I mean mine is too, I hope, but like it's led by the fact that like I don't take up as much so that you have more
just by the nature of how you
in
do
general.
things. Yeah, like you and me going into a conversation is like vastly different, because like you're kind of like sliding back so someone can slide forward, where I'm kind of like I am taking up my own space, but I'm also letting the other person like take up space, like more equal measure. Like
what's that
at least
audio?
I try it to be.
What's that audio where it's just like same but different?
Yeah same but different. That's very much me and you. Because we really are like two sides of the same coin a lot of the time, and like in so many ways it's kind of weird, but it's also funny because like they always say like opposites attract, but and like we're opposite in ways that like fill in the other's gaps, but we're not opposite in the ways where it's like, oh, we have completely different like ideologies or like ways about life or like things like that.
Yeah.
Like
I've always described it or thought of it in my head as like we are similar enough to where like our similarities give us a strong connection and a strong bond, and different enough to where like we challenge each other to like grow and like learn from one another. And I mean, I know I'm biased because I'm me, but I do think that is probably one of the best relationship dynamics you can have.
Yeah, I do think that that's true, because I feel like if we were like too similar, it would be like we would have the same problems like over and over and over again. And while like our problems are often similar, they're often like not even real, like true problems where it's like, oh, we can't agree to disagree or even like get over it. It's more like viewpoint differences. Like we're like viewing things from like different perspectives, or like it's just like, oh, I would have done this differently than you would have done kind of thing, and you have to just respect the other person's like point of view, that kind of thing. But going back to the TikTok, I feel like that the people that are able to go back and forth between like the flow of conversation, if you will, I think that is like not only makes them the most interesting kind of people, but also just makes them the most dynamic as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Like it's easy to have those conversations with those kinds of people, because you're just over here like being super, super funny or like super lighthearted all the time, or being super serious all the time. Like you need to know how to do both of those things.
You need to balance that.
Yeah. Because like if you're super serious or if you're super annoying, like, well, not annoying, but super, like just like lighthearted about stuff all the time, like that could get annoying. Like that could get on your nerves. And like same with someone being super serious. You're just like, oh, we're trying to have like a fun party, and they're just like being like, but what about all the mess we have to clean up? You know what I mean? Like it's like you got to know how to let loose too.
Yeah.
It's like you need to be able to balance those things.
I think nuance is all about balance.
Yeah, 100%. This whole TikTok is really just a balanced personality, really.
Yes.
Like just having a very well-adjusted, like balanced viewpoint on like how to, navigate conversation, but also, have serious conversations mixed in with like lighthearted ones, or some people might say like, make a joke when it's like a somewhat serious topic, but it might be a little bit like dark humor, but that might land with some people, but then it might not land with others. So it just is really like what's your perspective and what people are you associating with, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Another one.
How much you love yourself. Okay. Is this another like, I'm just hitting all the deep ones, I guess.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I just think that's an interesting title.
How would you feel if someone said that they can tell how much you love yourself by the partner that you've chosen? Does
I've
that
heard this
feel
before.
like a compliment or an insult? That really distills down to, I'm not passing a judgment on your relationship, but the way you feel about that question can offer a lot of insight. Have you tolerated treatment that really, really doesn't feel great? It doesn't really feel loving. It's not what someone would put up with if they loved themselves. Or, man, I've chosen a really patient, loving, incredible person. Some part of me must like myself enough to choose someone who loves me in such a way.
I think that's like a very, I've had this thought before about like some people that I've known, and like that. I think that is a pretty decent indicator of whether or not they value themselves or not. In terms of us, I would think that like it means good things.
Yes.
For sure. But yeah, there are definitely situations where I've had like, coworkers, and they're dating these people that just are not good for them, and not just good for them in like an intellectual way, or like, but just like partners that are just like abusive, or partners that, don't listen, don't hear you, like whether it's like, emotionally abusive or physically abusive. And then you just sit there and wonder, and you're like, why are you with them? Like, there's a certain level of like, like, why do you not value yourself enough to walk away from this situation? I do get that like it gets messy after a while, like when you've been with this person for so long, and like it's not easy to always walk away.
Yeah.
Well, it's really never easy to walk away.
Like there could be instances where like there's severe safety issues if you try to walk away.
You try to walk away. But it definitely got to a point with one of my coworkers where like it was a like, bro, you need a reality check, like seriously,
Mm-hmm.
because she just kept going back to this guy who was like problematic over and over and over again, and it got to a point like where he was being like verbally and physically abusive, and you're just like, dude, you deserve better, like just straight up. So I do think that that's like a good indicator, not always, but sometimes, of it shows how much you love yourself, care about yourself, like even maybe value who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know for me and you, like, it's like we value what we both bring to the relationship, and like
Mhm.
value what the other person has to say.
Mm-hmm.
We try to be like, you know, partnership.
Yeah.
Very much a partnership in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I understand, people value different things. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're in it for, just to find like a partner and like security. Maybe you're in it for like, a true like love match.
Mm-hmm. Very Bridgerton.
We'll be talking about that in the Patreon, I'm telling you right now. But everyone has different like wants and needs and values and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
It just is. It's just quite heartbreaking every time that like someone is in a relationship with someone else that they probably shouldn't be, and like maybe they don't see a way out, or they feel like things are too far gone, or
They're just staying with them because it's like what they've always done.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it's out of convenience or out of practicality, but like
Yeah.
you're always wanting more.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know, I guess I would say like if you do value and love yourself, make sure that like you are definitely mindful of like who you choose to be your partner.
Yeah. Because in some ways that's like a reflection of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
or like at least like where you were at when you decided to be in a relationship.
Yeah. Like it's funny with you and like your friends, I feel like for like the reputation you give of me precedes me. And so like it's nice that like I'm starting off on the greatest foot ever.
I'm
it's a
giving
little
you
bit
the
of pressure.
safe zone.
Yeah, it's a little bit of pressure. But also it's just like I hope to live up to that, and like I know it may not be obvious right away because I am like more conservative like when I'm in person with you, if I don't like know you too well, but once I know you, I'll open up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll start to show different sides.
Yeah. I feel like you are someone who you hold your cards very close to your chest, where you're like, you're not going to show your hand at all until you know the person like very, very well.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that like we discussed multiple times over, but sometimes you like, you hold yourself so tightly that, they aren't really able to get to know you. And sometimes that's not like a problem, but it is something that, I've noticed and that others have noticed, because like, they'll either tell me or, it'll just be like kind of noted kind of thing.
I'm definitely a waiter and watcher. I'm just like,
for sure.
I need signs to know that like it is safe to like engage or like open up, because I don't know, I've been burnt in the past, so
yeah, exactly. And I also think that is like a measure of like how you deal with things too, like how much like not you specifically but you generally like have been burnt, because I feel like everyone deals with that kind of situation differently. Like some people like kind of still just like barrel on forward, and some people will just kind of close up, and some people just kind of have more of a neutral stance on it, where it's like, that's just kind of life, and it really just depends on like where you're at. And I think you can be at different places and different points in your life too, because there was a point where I was very much like, oh, I'm going to like close myself off a little bit more because, I don't want to be hurt again. But then I came to the conclusion that eventually you do have to open yourself up, because if you don't, you may miss out on some stuff that you wouldn't have otherwise had. That kind of thing. Like our relationship was built on that in some ways because, I was in a relationship for a few years and then we had broken up and then, you and I were friends, but, eventually we became like partners and whatever, but it's, that may have not happened if I just chose to be like, nah, I'm good. Like on like multiple fronts, right?
Yeah.
But it does make me wonder, like, what about me, like, especially during that point? Because you're like this now, but you were like that then too. Like, there must have been something about me where you were like, oh, you're a safe person. Like, I can open up to you and be myself.
Yeah.
Because I never really felt that you weren't being like you, like to me, like you always felt very like genuine. So I don't know. Do you remember a point where you were like, yes, I like this person. They will not be mean to me.
I think, I don't know, you gave me a level of attention that I guess I had not had before. And maybe I did feel that sort of like genuineness, and I don't know, I subconsciously felt your safe space energy.
I do seem to exude that.
You
for
do.
Others.
I think I fell right into the Lex spell.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I want to be like that for other people, like, and I don't know. I want like to know, like, all kinds of people, but also just know that I'm like even if I might not understand like where someone's coming from, or like I might not necessarily agree, I still want to be like, hey, like this is a safe space for like, I'm not going to say everyone, but most people, right?
Yeah.
It's like, because there are some things like where I'm just like, I don't know about that. I don't even, hard pass. But it's like, I still want to be like open and welcoming and, caring, like generally to everybody. Yeah. Best foot forward and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess last thing I'll say about this is that I love you, which means I love me.
Aw, I love you too, which I guess also means I love me.
We love each other.
Yes.
All right. Let's do one more.
Okay. Let's do serial killer wife. What is this one? This is like, is this true crime vibes? What is this one? I almost went with the Tom
What if your
Segura
wife
one,
was a
but
serial killer the whole time, but when you found out and confronted her about it, she said that she didn't want to stop? She just happens to like particularly fuck with you specifically. And that's the only reason she hasn't chopped your ass up or more people
That's
have actually,
crazy.
because she's spending so much time with you. But let's just say y'all have been married for 20 years. This is your dream girl. You had a kid with her. You had a kid with your dream woman. Just think of all of this vice versa if you're a lady, by the way, watching this. Now, you always noticed that she had some strange habits, but it was never anything enough to turn you off. Like if she ever picked up an ant, like she would like take all of the legs off of it. She never cared too much for
That wasn't a red
dogs,
flag?
cats, or any other pet animals. Generally just kind of dismissive of animal life in general. She's passionate when it comes to you, but she can be really cold towards other people. And at first you fucked with that. 20 years later, right? Y'all got married. Y'all had a kid. You brought your dream house. You got your dream job. Life is perfect. One day you come home earlier than you were supposed to and the basement door is open. You come down there and your wife is just chopping someone up, getting into the meat. Red juice everywhere, all over the walls.
Red juice,
Your
what?
wife at Target got fucking no-diffed. So y'all go upstairs to talk and you're like, yo, this is fucking crazy. And she's just
Right.
like, yeah, but I kind of really want to do it though, still. Now, even after you find this out, she's still going to be the perfect wife to you, but you just have to sit with this knowledge in your head of what she gets up to in her free time. There's a lot to consider.
like, this is just her
But what would
hobby,
y'all do?
like killing
What if
people.
your wife was a serial
What? See, now that it's more of like, how do you get out of this situation without getting chopped yourself? Like,
He asked at the end, what would you do? This is my favorite comment. Happy wife, happy life.
oh my God. That's wild.
Hey, as long as she ain't cheating. Like, what?
That's crazy. But I wonder if that's like the difference between like like masculine viewpoint and feminine viewpoint, maybe. I don't know. Because like I would be like, okay, how do I get out of this situation without like getting killed? Like
You're leaving?
Like-
you're looking for the first escape route?
oh yeah, like I'm like, that's crazy shit. Absolutely crazy. Like, and also wouldn't want to be one of those women who like were married or partnered with a serial killer and they were like, but they were great to me. Like, what do you mean? Like, that shit's wild. Because you're just like, what level of psychosis are you in? That you were like, oh, well, he just like killed a bunch of people or like dismembered a bunch of people. And like you were still like on board with being with that person. Like, that could not be me. Could not be me.
I think I'd be on board for the opposite reason, in the sense where like
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid that
That's valid.
if I am not in her good graces,
He will
I am
chop
next
you.
on the quite literal chopping table.
Chopping board.
Yeah.
Don't piss him off.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh no, I am in danger
Dangerous.
now. I must do what I can to survive.
Oh yeah. I would be like, see, I would do that though. Like I would definitely like fawn or like placate, and then I'd be like, okay, I need to go to the fucking cops. I need to tell somebody, like a trusted person, because this is fucking crazy. There's shit going on in my basement that I had no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
I would lose it. Could not be me.
So what if this was me? I was a serial killer.
Oh my God.
You'd leave me?
I would. Okay, if it were you, if we're putting this in reality, I would be like,
What the fuck?
I'd be like, dear, we're going to this nice hospital to get you some help.
They got you a nice robe they're going to put you
Yeah,
in.
there's a nice room that they're going to put you in, and I'll visit. I'm like, how does someone with so much compassion and empathy go around murdering people? That's the most confusing part. Oh, I'd be like, I love you, but also, what the fuck? I'd be like, is this a Jekyll and Hyde situation? Be like, is this like, do you have two different personalities? Like, oh my God. What about you? You would just be like, it's okay, dear. You can kill whoever you want.
Yeah, just not me.
Damn.
I still love you.
I still love you too, but also you're fucking insane.
Oh.
I'd be like, I can't have that on my conscience, like a serial killer running rampant. Like, what
In my home, in my bed.
exactly. Like, what the hell? Like that would not fly for me. Immediate problems right there. And it's like nuance. Both things can be true. I can still love you, but also really not like what you do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there you go. Perfectly nuanced.
that's definitely problematic for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny though.
That's funny. This is one I saw today. And
yeah,
then I
wow.
added it to the list today, and
This one's funny.
I'm glad
It's like
we
a
got to
wild
it.
roller coaster.
Oh my
Man.
goodness.
Honestly, because like, how do you even live like that? Like, what if you like piss him off in the wrong way? You're always gonna be thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's no way around it.
This comment: 20 years not caught. I'm minding my business.
I mean, fair enough.
Mm.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
This one, just don't get caught, sweetie.
For me, I would probably be one of those people where I'm like connecting all the dots of all like the murders or whatever, like, and then I'll be like, here's a criminal profile of like all these people. There's connections, because serial killers usually have like a like a calling card type thing. Like they always go after like the same kind of person, or they look similar, or like same stature, or work the same job or something, like
Yeah.
things like that. So it's like that's not always the case, but I think that that's like often the case. So yeah, so unless you were just on like a killing spree of anybody, like you might actually be kind of easy to track down. That's fucking wild.
Again, folks, be very careful who you choose to be your partner, because you never know.
They might be a serial killer chopping people up in your basement.
Don't look at me like that.
Don't look at me like that.
I'm Sweet Lex. Chop, chop, chop.
There was actually someone I had as a coworker who was like,
A serial killer?
No, not that I know of. But who said, "Oh, you're always like so nice. Like you must have like some crazy ass hobbies or something. Like you must like." They pretty much said like, "Oh, you must like kill kittens or whatever."
What the fuck?
Yeah, like just some unhinged shit. And I'm just like, I can certainly tell you, I do not kill kittens. Like, or any animal for that matter. I quite like animals actually. Yeah. Like, so I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's just an unhinged thing to say to someone, but that was like one of my coworkers who said that to me. Just being like, oh yeah, like you're so nice. Like I was so nice, I guess that they thought it was uncomfortable. So, yeah.
Yeah, some people... I guess some people just don't know how to discern like truly nice people from like maybe people who are like faking it.
Yeah.
So.
Like, and it's funny because he never even said like, "Oh, you seem fake to me." Like he was always like, "You seem really nice, but makes me not trust you." So I guess that's kind of the same thing, but also maybe not. I don't really know. I didn't really like him very much. So the fact that I was nice to him was like, you know, maybe it was a little bit fake because I'm just trying to be like polite.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like, you know, wasn't a huge fan. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, don't marry serial killers, people. No.
They're good at hiding what they do. That's why a lot of people end up marrying serial killers unknowingly.
Well, that's going to be hard to transition out of, but that's going to do it for us for this week.
Yes, this was a weird one to end on.
If Lex is the only one here next week, you'll know what happened to me. No, okay.
No, I'm not chopping you.
Okay. I believe you.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'm not going to chop you.
Okay, good. But that is going to do it for us for this week, this episode. Thank you so much for joining us and listening. If you don't want the party to end, consider joining us over on Patreon, where we record for a few extra minutes and do extra content after the episode ends. Or if you'd rather, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/nuancedafpod. Lex, what'd you get at 7 Brew?
I got a blondie.
Oh, that's right. We did talk about this because I got the brunette.
Yeah, and then you said you like brunettes.
I do. I do. But if you want a free way to support, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs so that our channel can be monetized. You can find all our links in the description /show notes or at linktree/nuancedafpod. That is linktr.ee/nuancedafpod. Thank you so much for joining us and listening. And remember, in a world where nothing is black and white, it's our jobs as human beings to find, understand, and be that nuance, because we are all nuanced AF.